Great. Okay. Sounds good. So my name's James Pepper. I'm the chair of the Vermont Cannabis Control Board. Today is Friday, May 26th, 2023. It's 2 p.m. I call this special meeting of the Cannabis Control Board to order. Today we are just correcting a mistake that was made at our regularly scheduled meeting on Monday. And I will just turn things directly over to you, Brian, to talk about why we're here today and how we hope to kind of change our processes to avoid this in the future, and then just make the correction.
Okay, sounds good. So as the chair mentioned, we did have an error in last week's list of proposed businesses that were put forward to the board for approval. So given the temporary summer closure of outdoor license type applications, the numbers of cultivation applications that are coming to the board have really significantly increased in the last several weeks. And this increase in cultivation numbers, plus the addition of our renewal applications, means that staff are essentially working on quadruple the number of applications now in the recent weeks than they were several months ago. And the way that staff are currently processing applications is right up until the board meeting on Mondays. And so that means that they are tracking down information from applicants, and they are connecting with fire safety, and they are completing site visits and doing all the other due diligence that's involved in recommending an applicant for approval to the board. And they're doing all that right up until the Friday prior to the board meeting. And this has been our process so far, because we are always working on maximizing the number of applicants that we're recommending for approval every month. But the practice also has its downsides. And one of them is that on occasion, we do miss the final review of an applicant that should have been ready for board approval. And that is what happened on Monday. So in just a moment, I'll put up the slide for our recommended approval of this applicant. But before I do that, I just wanted to announce that in order to remedy this sort of situation that we've found ourselves in a couple of times now this year, beginning next month in June, we're going to be shifting our scheduling of our final review to the middle of the month. And what that means is that in order for an applicant to be ready for approval at the June board meeting, the applicant has to have completed their application. They have to have received a certificate of occupancy from fire safety, if that's relevant to their business, and also have passed their initial site review by CCB staff by June 15th. And then following that, we will post the agenda with the names of all of the applicants that the board staff is going to be recommending for approval on June 19th, which is 1 week before the board meeting. So that list will be public of all of the applicants that staff is recommending for approval. It will be public a week before the board meeting. These dates will be posted on the website, and we will make sure that the dates are pushed out in our email notifications, so all licensees will have this information plenty of days before they will be required to be ready to be approved for the board meeting in June. So that represents a pretty significant shift in our process. We'll make all that information and those dates public every month, so people are aware of when they need to have all of their documents ready and their site visit completed in order to make it onto the recommended approval list at the board meeting. So with that, I will pull up our list for the special meeting. Okay, so this applicant has demonstrated compliance with all requirements for their license that are contained in board rule and in statute. And the applicant is Tau Labs. applying for a Tier 2 manufacturing license. That is the list for the special meeting.
Okay, thanks. Any questions for Bryn about the new process or this application?
No, thank you.
Nope.
Nope.
Thank you.
Kyle? Okay.
Good.
All right, then is there a motion to approve?
I move that the board accept this recommendation as presented to us by staff in this meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, thank you, Bryn. And I don't have an agenda in front of me, but I assume that next is public comment, just given the way things naturally go. Is that right?
Correct.
That's right.
Okay, well, we'll handle public comment the same way we always do. Please raise your virtual hand if you join by the link and would like to comment, and then we'll shift to people who join by the phone. And Nelly, if you could just help me with the order if anyone actually raises their hand. I guess I'll just say if you join by a phone, you can hit *6 to unmute yourself if you'd like to make a public comment. Friday afternoon. No one cares about the cannabis store on a Friday. Okay. I will close the public comment window. Again, anyone who does want to make a comment about our process or was laid out here today can always do so in writing. They can submit it at the CCB website homepage or to ccb.info@vermont.gov. And with that, I will adjourn the meeting. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Happy Friday.